Okay.
Okay.
You know how to cheer me. You don't even have to do it. You just have to remind me that I can do it. And the ability to Donkey Kong on command brings great joy. And the thing is I'm not alone. My friend Sophie also does it. And when I found out, I was like, oh shit. I'm not just a weird beast out in the distance. So, you go to sleep in whatever corner or tiny magically protected space you wish. And you wake up 8 hours later. Exactly.
Who actually sleeps for 8 hours a day?
Regular humans.
I wish.
Boomers.
My rhythm's like 7.5. It's okay.
So we're kind of just waiting to get information back, right?
Yes, but.
Yes, but. I mean, I would be able to maybe go wait outside the college, see if I can see that individual.
Okay.
Well,
Alright.
you'll know where to find me.
And I'm gonna keep digging through his books. Maybe there's a reference to his home in there.
Where should I go about weapons?
I'm gonna give him
I might
directions.
actually.
It was kind of an
The
option
district.
in like Bastillion. You either go to a permanent shop or you go to like a market and just see what you find, and both are extremely valid. This is a street vendor city, you know.
All right.
I have a question.
I'd probably have an answer, maybe. Who knows anymore?
I can't wait to hear it.
Oh no.
Is there any type of service provided in this city that is able to basically make thanks, Will. That's
problem.
basically able to make magical effects longer lasting or permanent for a price?
That
What I'm
question's
getting
too
at-
vague.
Specifically, what I'm getting at is I can cast magic weapon, and I'm just looking to know if there's a way that maybe instead of paying the full price for a magic weapon, if I can pay someone to suffuse that, not even to keep the bonuses, just to keep the magic component
You
of
can
it.
give me an Arcana check on that.
Sure. Might not even be possible. Give me a guidance
If
myself.
you think it's possible, I should playing with a sharp piece of metal.
Okay.
Magic is fluid and changeable. However, it is very unlikely you will find another person whose magic works the same way as you. Near impossible, actually. What you can do, mostly you'll have to do it yourself, is make either study to enhance the spell, which is theoretically possible, or create a magic item that bolsters that spell when it is cast. You could work with someone else to make that happen. An enchanter, and this would probably be possible in this city. That would need quite a personal relationship. You'd need to take quite your time looking and vetting potential candidates, like weeks.
Yeah.
So theoretically possible-ish, either via like magic rings, wands, rods, or serious study.
Yeah.
It rarely happens, but I am down for you learning how to manipulate your own spells in certain ways.
Yeah, and that's definitely something that I think that's the avenue I would go, because I have this book, and I feel like what that is literally Theo, like, looking through this book of magic, trying to find, like, the right rune to make the connection happen. Like, you know. So yeah, okay. Well, that's what I'm basically going to be doing with my downtime. Unless otherwise stated.
Okay, I forgot what everyone was doing already.
I'm gonna go to a market or a blacksmith, a permanent blacksmith shop, probably.
I'm waiting outside the College of Conjuration.
That's the
to look
interesting
for
one.
the
Okay.
Individual.
How much haste are you getting there with, Ronan? Because you leave
early.
You leave early. The reason why I asked this, and this would be something Ronan would easily connect, if you are someone who works in this college all day, every day, but evidently do not live there, or at least within 1,000 feet. These spires are very, very fucking tall. You would be probably there quite early if you rush, aka use some of your training to skip through the city quicker. You might be able to get there and catch them. This should be an athletics or acrobatics, unless you have something else you would like to do.
No, I think just athletics in this case is probably good. I don't want to use jump, I don't think, because that might be a bit excessive. And I'd still have to give a check anyway.
Yeah.
Wow, I rolled a 2.
Did roll a 2.
Yep, you get to the city. You get to the college.
I have a +6.
Takes you look around. You don't recognize this person, and this isn't like, you're dumb, but you're not this kind of dumb. You can, if you saw this person, even if they're in a different outfit, you would recognize them. So you are looking for them. You don't even know if you've.
I was going to say, when I do get there to try and figure out if they've arrived or not already, I will use the locate object again. When I get there.
How nice am I going to be? Well, the universe hasn't been very nice to me today.
Oh,
So
no.
I'm going to extend niceness to make my heart feel whole. You get a ping.
Okay.
And you know where it is, essentially. Right? Yes? Yes, right, yes?
Yeah, he does the thing where he turns around, looks at the college, and just floors up.
Man,
Just
you have to
just tries.
triangulate in three-dimensional space.
Exactly, yeah.
And head in that direction. And she is actually a little higher up.
Interesting.
Not in the same area that before. You go and climb stairwells, get up to this sort of area where it's it's kind of a like a little. Remember in Narashiro where they had the kind of gardens that you would sit and talk in? It's kind of that sort of space. It's mostly for conversations and maybe a little bit of calmness before your day begins or midday or anything like that. And you find the vast curse you're looking for. She is sitting, different outfit, same hat. This outfit also matches the hat. It's just different in every way. And is looking through papers and things with a bag of like a doctor's bag of stuff, right? Is that kind of thing?
Rona's just gonna go stand directly in front of her, so she's looking through the bag. Eventually, she's gonna realize that someone's literally just standing in front of her.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Her eyes will look up. Heavily painted face to go with the heavily eccentric outfit. Just sort of. Oh. Is there any way in which I can assist you today?
Yes.
Preferably swiftly. Lady does have things to do.
L.A. Lutheran. Where does he live?
Yes. What does that? What?
He was experimenting on people, turning them into monsters and creatures that attacked us, and we had to dispatch at his lab.
Oh, well,
He
that
has
doesn't make
an alpha
sense. His
subject.
license would be revoked with us if that were the case.
Well, you might want to look into the lab and see the remnants.
That would be quite a wise idea, actually. Maybe I'll be able to This really is quite a big
Actually,
case. This might be
he
able to.
wouldn't. He wouldn't recognize that, hey, the lab's locked right now. Like, that wouldn't even click with him, so he's just said that. Anyway, in the meantime, we are still looking for that boy that you sent to him. That boy that is very likely now dead.
Well, that's unfortunate, but if they're not in the lab, I don't see how I could help you in any other way. I gave you the lab address under, might I say, excessive rudeness, which we do not approve of here in the College of Conjuration. We are a very polite society of polite people.
You sent a child to the laboratory of a man who was mutating people.
Well, like
Tell
I
me
said,
where
if
he
we were
lives.
aware of whatever this monster-creating cacophony you're talking of was going on, then their license of working with us in a sort of apprenticeship situation would have been revoked. There is, of course, absolutely no way this goes back to being on the blame of the College of Conjuration, and I am willing to assist you in any way with the investigation.
He lowers
we're doing.
himself down to, like, I assume she's on a bench.
Yeah, you lower her level, her eyes like just widen, and just the sweat
Eye
beads.
contact. Tell me where he lives.
It's quite bold of you to assume that I know where he lives, considering I gave you an address
You
already.
can find out where he lives.
Oh, I'm sure that it might be somewhere.
Well, you want this to be over quickly, right? We best leave now.
Yes, of course. Like, gets up, looks around to see if anyone's gonna help her, and will head to an archive. Simply enough. She actually does know exactly what she's looking for.
Good.
This appears to be an archive of literally people they work with in the city, and brings out a small little box. It's quite hard to work out what the material of the box is actually made of. They kind of like slide out of a wall and takes it and flicks through the papers. And it's like, and it's you must understand, if someone actually has the funds to have a laboratory and a separate home, which is exceedingly unlikely, but can be possible due to the grand degree of wealth being part of the College of Conjurations network can bring, that we may not necessarily have both residences on record, but we do record everything if he sent invoices to a different address or packages or anything like this. Any number of the addresses in this box could be the one you're looking for. But some of these are outside of the city, and if these experiments were happening in his labs
inside the city.
Yes. Like, just put it, like, she starts putting them in a neat pile, but I guess increasingly messy because she is shaking.
Just reaches over and takes them out of the pile one by one, putting them in his notebook.
And those are the ones you don't want to look at. These are the, and it seems like there's two addresses here. There's that one you have already been to, and this one in a High Elven community up on the west side of the city.
That sounds like exactly what I'm looking for. Thank you. He'll reach over and take it, like, without waiting for her to, like, give it to him. Now, what was your name, so I can make sure to recommend your lovely service to the higher ups?
My name is Ruby Red.
Thank you. He'll write it down in the notebook, and then, thank you so much. You've been a great help. And they'll turn around and leave.
You can, like, hear her deflate when you're out of the room.
Yeah.
Next up is the other worst brother, who just had a mouthful of food. So I will slowly
Perfect timing.
describe William, my friend.
Anytime, bud.
Investigation check.
Ruh-roh, Raggy.
Yep. That's how you find things in a city, unless you have a good, doubly good compact.
I mean, I thought that Amelia was giving me directions, but that's okay.
She gave you a wealth of opportunity of directions.
All right.
Which one of these to take?
Well,
He's 20.
I just would have picked one. I would have picked one of the directions that she gave me.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. But
right.
you don't know how to ask what you're looking for. You don't know exactly what you're looking for, and it becomes clear after asking around to some individuals during this morning, you're going to have to hand your weapons in to do that. And until you actually find one of these places you trust, you are not willing to do that. This is not an instant process, and if it is an instant process, it's very expensive.
I'm going to go talk to Mist.
Excellent. After a little bit of going around cramped little markets places, trying to, haggle a deal while there's a member of the guiding church street preaching on the corner loudly, you're like, you know what? None of this. And you head to a frequent haunt of Mist. Mist often hangs out near a spire, which is actually for the rich and famous. He is maybe one, but this is just kind of the area he likes to keep watch of. The thing that's immediately of note is just the amount of glass here. Glass is expensive, although some people would say that this glass has always been here, but still having property in the areas of the city that have like these big glass areas, like the Tower of Tears, that's it, that he's at, is expensive. But also one of the reasons Mist likes this place is a lot of foreigners. And it's not in a, foreigners dangerous kind of way. If he's not doing work, he's people watching. So on a particular rooftop in this area, he is watching over. Mist is a elderly Vaskhurst, not to the extent of, he's in his 50s probably. If he had hair, it would be grey. You remember him having hair at points, and then the hair started to look a little sad, and now he's bald. He's a Vaskhurst that wears a lot of scars. I like to imagine him being kind of a bluish skinned, not to the extent of being an Olvaxian, which are, if you ever mix them up, people get offended. You don't really get it. It doesn't exactly make sense to you. But hey, if you don't annoy other people, that's ideal. So kind of like a dark bluish skin, scars, scrapes. He's a rook. As we described, rooks are usually quite lightly armored. He has a few actually spell tomes and scrolls kind of tucked into his clothing. And like most rooks, usually is in a crouching, semi-hidden state, high above people, while watching them. By the time you get up to this point to talk to him, he has poured a cup of a warm, watery soup, and has put it where you would come up the vines and rafters to talk to him. He's not looking at you, but he's obviously already seen you.
Yeah. Hello, Mist. Been a time.
Caden.
How are you?
City's tense.
Yes. I mean, that doesn't surprise me.
Not usually tense in spring. Well, it's not spring yet. Feldspar is spring. I don't care what anybody says.
Yeah. It's, things are changing. I mean, there's a group of individuals just having weird, I don't know what's the word when lots of people are having sex with each other?
I'm not having that conversation with you.
All right. Well, anyways, up in the, it's the divination college, in front of that, there's a bunch of, anyways,
I
People are
guess
doing weird things is what I'm
people are
getting at.
always doing weird things for weird reasons. But recent years, people used to leave Bastilian well enough alone, but now we have all these humans from the north and these cultists marching through and divination. The divinists are speaking up, then something's going on. But who knows? Maybe it's just what's in the wind, right? What do you want?
Well, I encountered some. I think they were called aberrations. Beasts that were, unfortunately, slightly more resistant to my slashing than normal creatures are. And I'm trying to find a blacksmith that is trustworthy, that I can leave my weapons
You
with.
can't trust a blacksmith.
All right. Who would I trust?
Just a rook.
It's always just a rook with you. All right.
You can trust a rook more than any of the crooks in the city. We watch out for our own. Yeah, everyone gets to a point in their career where steel and iron just isn't doing it anymore. Happens to everyone. Like, pats you on the shoulder and brings from a belt pouch. Almost all the rooks have it. Puts his hand in, just rope comes out.
Yeah.
Infinite amount of rope.
Yeah,
Kind of
just
sparkles slightly, way too
yeah.
much rope, and just kind of like lassos it, throws it to another gargoyle, and just up to another segment. Fully expecting you to just casually follow, but he travels like a huge space in no time at all.
I'll get there.
Yeah, and the conversation
I'm
just
quick.
the conversation just continues when you catch up.
Yeah.
But we have a few little holds of people who can enhance our gear. You can get people to lacquer your weapons with silver, but we have a bit more of a elegant way to do it.
All right.
If you ever were to actually become a rook,
I've tried.
you'd learn more about this stuff. When you haven't tried hard enough, you're not standing here, mask and all.
Yes, well. I think that you and I both know that's not all my choice.
Yeah, it sounds like a lot of excuses to me.
Caden actually punches him in the arm for that one. Says, "You watch it. Where can I find this person who can do this work for me? And how much is it going to cost me, Mist?
Oh,
There's always a cost."
if you say you're with me, no more than 100 gold.
All right.
Enhance your weapons, minor enchantments. Make them able to slice through things much easier. Yeah, you can get these to your muscles as well, if you were a rook.
That's something to work towards, I suppose.
I mean, if you find, you didn't hear it from me, but some people are selling under the table nowadays.
Interesting.
Anyone
seems like
finds
something
out
that-
about them, if you find anyone out who's doing it, you tell me. Gotta go catch them.
All right.
People are doing it. You shouldn't do it.
No, I wouldn't want to. I mean, you know, I'm not the type to go for artificial enhancements most of the time anyways. I'm even kind of ashamed that I'm asking for it for my weapons, but I understand that that's kind of just the nature of beasts that I'm going to be dealing with.
Strange things are attracted to Bastilian.
Yes.
And he just, like, will fish around in one of his pockets for an address.
Yeah.
It would be, it's actually quite far away.
Of course it is. Perfect.
Yeah, this is going to be a day for you.
This is my day. That's fine. That's all right.
This is going to be in the South Sinking Tower. Which is a surprise.
Yeah.
But, whoosh, off you go. Say goodbye to Mist. and head over there. The South Sinking Tower. There's some towers in Bastilian that have incurred such heavy damage that they've essentially either started sinking, leaning, or are just semi-destroyed.
So just as a note, knowing that time, it may be of the essence today, given that Ronan may be getting a bit of an address and information, I would probably be hustling as much as I can.
Oh, absolutely.
Trying to move across the rooftops and making my way, as fast as I can across the city, obviously. Like, even no matter what it takes, I'll
it becomes... give me an athletics check.
Sure. Now, hopefully I don't roll a 2.
It becomes
That's
harder
not a
to
2.
do that. I'm not going to give
God
you
damn it.
exhaustion for this, was basically that.
Okay.
It becomes harder to do that when you actually get to the South Sinking Tower. Because it is not just leaning, it has fallen, essentially. Which is why this area is essentially a goblin slum. Which, I don't know your opinion on goblins, but a lot of people have a lot of opinion about them.
Caden doesn't have any at this point. He's
Good,
encountered
excellent.
goblins only a
So,
few times, and they're just fine. As
when
far as
you-
none of them have tried to kill him yet. That's
When
really
you
where
get
he's at.
to this part of the city, there's a little bit more open danger, right? A lot of people in Bastilian will threaten you from the shadows. A lot of these hobgoblins are wielding their weapons and armor quite openly, huddled in markets around fire pits, but with a bit of a communal attitude, with smaller goblins cooking up rats and squids and things to cook them up, and some of them ice fishing. There's kind of also a spiritualness in the air. You're not sure if it's just something about them, but that maybe wasn't something you'd expect. Especially when you find this address. It's quite interesting, because this tower is so janked. It's literally just a sideways building, because these buildings are built into the towers. So you kind of like have to hop like into the door to this space, which once you get past, you have to go for a little while where it looks like it's completely abandoned, but your senses are smarter to know that it isn't. You get to what is kind of a underground magical workshop. There are chains hanging from the ceiling. This place is dimly lit with a little bit of blue and purple magic, and a blacksmith's forge at the same time. There is a just large hobgoblin rook working on things. He has the rook mask. I didn't even mention the rook mask, but they usually wear bird-esque masks, working on things, and there are specialized rook suits and equipment in the room, right? It would kind of make sense to have some of this stuff out of the way.
I'd approach kind of slowly, like actually kind of making kind of almost a round around the room as much as I can to look at some of the specialized equipment. I'd actually also just, do I see anything that would not like that would resemble climbing gear, but like stuff that would be good for like grips, basically, like claws,
Nothing that would
basically.
enhance you
Nothing
more
that-
than you are already incredibly good at climbing.
More looking for my brother who's still weak at it, but more looking for a gift is kind of the idea there.
There are definitely... So, not every rook flies through the city with a grappling bow or a lasso. Some do climb the walls with climbing gloves. Some fly just with magic. They can just do that. Some
they're
have
the
wings.
assholes of the group, honestly.
They are. They're the kids in their Ferraris.
They're the show-offs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there are like climbing gloves and boots. Like these are clearly outfits that have been... Okay, this one rook asked for this thing, and now he's made another copy when he had time and materials.
Right.
So it is kind of like this, Batman-esque climbing equipment with the harnesses and stuff.
I'm guessing prices aren't openly displayed.
No.
But that is something I would want to ask about as well. So after looking around at that, I'd look and approach and just say, hello? Mist sent me this way.
Ah! Well
I'm looking
then.
to get my weapons enhanced to deal with creatures that have magical resistances to basic weaponry.
Ah. Right. Gold. Gold.
Gold. How much?
How many axes do you want treated?
What's the cost per axe? I have 2 hand axes, and I do also have a great axe on my back that might be useful to get as well, but...
Let's call it a clean 100 each. I don't like to mess with the silvers or the
100
coppers.
100 each seems fairly reasonable. Would I be able to, if I get all 3 done, get you to throw in a pair of the climbing gloves and boots as a gift for my brother?
That ain't a gift.
Well...
That's a calling.
Yes, well, I think he might have a bit more of it in him than he thinks he does.
Yeah, you're with Mist.
Pardon, sorry?
You're with Mist. He's hard to understand. His accent is wild. He also has a very big beard that's kind of squished up into his face
like,
because of like neck
The tunic.
guard armor.
Oh,
so
neck
the
guard,
beard
nice.
is like into his face,
Good.
which muffles
I like
it even more.
Yeah, yeah.
But it means it's not going to set on
Yes.
fire.
Good. Yeah. Yes, with mist.
One of the urchins he looked after.
Yeah, that's right. My brother and I. We're the twins. Troublesome ones, I'm sure you've heard.
Nah.
Good. Glad to hear that. What do you think? Could you throw in a pair of the gloves and the boots?
Well.
What if I'd go 325?
Oh, well, no. That's quite a lot.
How much are the gloves and the boots, generally?
Oh, well, I'll have to give you a price, or you're not a rook. Right? Gonna tell you that honest. What I can offer you is, of course, things to stop you falling so much. Alright? You got a...
I don't have a problem with falling.
Why do you want to climb?
Why do you think we want to climb?
Ah, good question. I don't care.
Yeah.
Let's focus on the silver first. Ah,
Yeah. All right.
That's not just dark steel and leather, my friend. And he is leaning over and going in boxes and looking through things.
Yeah.
Just as I am.
Yeah.
You know, these buildings, some are made of stone, unmeasurably old. Some of these mages can use magic to measure how long something has existed, and it goes over the limits of any of those spells. You need something tough to be able to grip and cut into these walls, and then not leave a mark so you can't be traced. This climbing suit, it's a work of art.
I assume you're getting to the part where you tell me the price.
No. Getting to the part where I can enchant your, axes.
All right. Keep your secrets.
He will... Have you handed over the monies?
Yeah. Yeah. 300 gold.
He will start a process where he takes out an amount of silver. In ingots. Straight up. And through this magic, which is half metallurgy, half magic, half blacksmithing, the properties of the silver is transferred to your weapons. The silver is essentially consumed, but it's not poured over. It's just literally, you would see there's some magical symbols going on. The silver is now gone. Doesn't happen all at once. It kind of bubbles away into nothing.
All right. Well, that's very weird.
Yeah.
Cool. Very cool, but very weird.
Silver,
as well.
gold, they've got properties beyond the mortal realms. That's what's important, not the actual metal itself. You could take all the magic out of silver and gold and you can sell it to a fool and they won't know the difference, but someone like me, they'll know. It's not the actual metal that's important, it's the magic in it. Older than the world, some say. Those magics can't use it, can't track it. Now, you'll be able to cut through old things too. Old things, weird things, far away things.
That's pretty much what I was looking for. That's
Yep.
good, thank you. And, that climbing suit, how much?
I need a dice. He puts his arms on his hips and looks at it. You know what you want to Mrs. Kiss? I can part with it for 4,000.
4,000. That's something to think on. If you
I
don't mind,
understand
I'm gonna
that
take
the
it away.
material
Yeah.
cost alone is far more. But it's
Alright.
not exactly jumping off the shelf.
No, I understand that. All right. Well, you know what? Let me think on it. Because my brother and my birthday is coming up in a little while. And I'd like to get him something special.
How's that work?
We're twins. One at the same
Crafted
time.
together.
Yes. Yeah. I'm a little bit older. Just a little bit. But not by much. All right. Well, thank you very much for your time and your efforts. I do really appreciate it. Caden will kind of give him just a nice half bow and then turn and walk away.
And he honks in goodbye. Which isn't far away from what goblinoid sounds like.
All right.
Yeah, that dude was a hobgoblin. Very dwarven-esque, but
Very dwarven.
a big hobgob.
Yeah.
Don't see many dwarves up in Bastillion.
Yeah.
Too many stairs.
Too many stairs, too much risk of falling. Nowhere to mine. Like, there's nothing for a dwarf in Bastillion.
I dig
Alright.
through fall.
I'm actually very specifically like, were there windows into this location as well? Like, does he see out at all?
Yes, of course, the windows are on the roof, essentially.
Okay.
And they're
Well, I'm gonna
metal
very
grated. They let a little
specifically-
bit of light in.
I'm gonna very specifically climb up over the windows, on my way out. Like go out of my way to just do a little loop to basically show him
Say
I'm
that you
very,
can
a very
climb,
quick climber.
and you
and I
are
don't need-
buying it for your brother, not for you.
Yeah.
Okay, I
Just a
see
little-
what you're doing.
Yeah, just a little, genuinely giving him a little bit of honesty through a little bit of show, and then heading back to Amelia.
Y'all can reconverge. Amelia and by extension Theo. The books. It's a large collection of elven magical theory and military practices. A couple of holy books. Nothing that would exceedingly interest you because the colleges of Bastillion are far more advanced. Horrible places, but like you're learning the most advanced magic on this part of the world.
Right.
This most advanced magic, this surface of the world, I guess would be the best way to say it. So, yeah, it helps you get the mindset of this person, right? Very militant, clearly a soldier, but also a magician. A lot of books as well on other planes, which are always interesting because they very rarely tell the same story twice. So that would probably be a book of note, I think. The collection of extraplanar knowledge.
What religion?
Oh, he would be a typical Thundrol domination of their church, where he worships Ereldin Arkbrike, but also worships the sun at the same time. He's kind of they kind of do both, but through sort of the Church of Thundrol. So pretty standard stuff. Not like a weird alien space cult, at least not in the regular reading.
Alright, so we can just file that away with my rest of my, like, elven research. I
Yeah,
assume I have a binder for.
Are you just literally you're just putting it in a ring ass binder?
yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Just wanted to make sure that I had
Ring
the
bifolds.
Amelia's spellbook is absolutely like a 3-ring binder.
That is hysterical.
That's
It makes a lot of sense too. Like, it can't be mad.
It's yeah. When I'm like seeing you do this, Theo's just like smoking his pipe, and he's like, "Well, now that is truly precious."
Yes, and I'll show off my little hole punch and say I had this specially made. Look.
That is so fascinating. Ain't y'all just the sweetest little thing? With your binder and such. Wow.
Binders.
Oh, there's others.
Oh, there's many, and I'll start pulling them out of the my portal dimension.
Well, this is very cool.
Please help yourself if you'd like to read them.
I would love to. As soon as we are done sorting through these books and giving them a good look-see, I would love to read through your binders of arcane knowledge. Through
Thankfully,
Hang or two.
This is when the boys show up. Ronan's actually going to show up first. Caden will probably show up sometime a little bit after. Whenever
door
Will
opens,
wants.
alarm goes off.
Yeah. This is the worst place to live.
That's gonna.
Have you ever lived anywhere where the alarm would go off for any
every
fucking reason?
single time you open
Oh,
the door and you have to hit the
hatred.
code every single time. Yeah, no.
I hate it.
I house sat for some folks one time where that was the case, and I forgot the code one day, and I was like, oh no.
Oh no.
It was bad.
Anyway,
Bad
Big
time.
old nope to that.
I have the address, and I also have the name of the person we dealt with, Ruby Red.
Excellent.
Very easily intimidated. Useful.
Okay then, shall we go?
Just looks around. Hang on. Where's my brother?
Oh, he went to go get a weapon of sorts, I think.
I mean, we could go with that. No, we should probably wait.
We'll wait.
Beep, 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 beep. Hello.
Oh, good.
I will write a letter to Cookie and give it to my owl, just saying that we have found the address. Your services are not required.
The owl comes back without a letter sometime on your journey back. There is no reply letter. The equivalent of a cent.
Huh?
Leaving you on red. Leaving you on red. Good.
You're gonna head off to the address?
Oh, yes.
It is late. Do you care? You're not tired. Caden's the most tired, but he's like, ready to go.
Yeah.
Best
got lots of
we
energy. Boundless
deal
energy.
with it now, I think. We don't want to give them any more chance to figure out we've gotten to the lab.
Excellent.
I am absolutely fine to go right now.
Yes.
Well,
Excellent.
snap the book shut.
You head off in this direction, starting to travel through Bastillion at night. It would be easy to say that this is a city that never sleeps. Factually inaccurate. These aren't elves. Elves don't sleep. These are regular demon people.
People.
In certain places there's bustling activity around bars, pubs, street meat vendors, churches, things like that. Sometimes church pubs, church street meat vendors. You know, go wild. There's also lanterns. This city has a lot of lanterns. We mentioned it before. The College of Evocation keeps lanterns lit in basically all the main roads of the city. You do get to this area, which, like I said before, is kind of a high elven community. Even in the dark, with the glimmering fire lantern light on the street lamps, the sort of faux gold, or maybe literal gold, of some areas are quite evident. You didn't miss anything.
Mm-hmm.
You're smirking like you won something over on me. Really, all it is my
I'm
will to
happy
live
it came back.
decreasing.
It's more just like I'm glad that it didn't freeze completely.
Exactly.
That's
That was me
where
like,
we're at
oh,
right
good,
now.
we're good.
But it's an interesting place because the elves can't redecorate the buildings. But the buildings still definitely belong to elves. If any of you have been to a high elven community, it's very obvious for a lot of you this would be the best example. The decoration, the layout of the buildings, the stained glass in the windows, things like that. It's also mostly large, sort of like villa apartments, right? Is the best way to describe them. Sometimes they're not buildings, they often connect up with each other, but often seem to have private gardens and walled off areas and things like that. When you follow this address, you come to a door. The door is immediately glowing with a symbol upon it. It's a large, like, decorated door, steps below it. The symbol glowing is both floral in the sense it looks like a flower and a tree. No checks required, Amelia. This is a College of Abjuration arcane lock. You can either, when you're buying a lock, pay for speed or secrecy. This person paid for speed. You can very much see, everyone can see that it's locked. Pretty much everyone knows what it means. You can probably disable this pretty easily, but it is more. There's more to it than just pressing dispel magic before you do it.
Should I knock?
Not yet.
Okay. Oh, why?
The old
I
cock. No.
hate sisters.
I would like to do some preparation,
Okay.
knowing what we're about to face.
Oh, all right. Fair enough.
Magic circle.
Oh, that's sensible.
Circle.
That's really smart.
Magic
Yeah.
circle.
Okay, so it's a 10-foot radius.
Magic circle.
Right,
Yes.
So 20 feet diameter. Can I do it to like the inside of the door, or like do I have to have access to the entire circle? Like, can I put like the outside like edge on the door?
Because this is an abjuration on the door, you can't. Often
Because
you
it's
would
an
be able
abjuration
to
on the door.
with the similar like magic rules, where it's like, okay, what, like 5 feet of wood, 1 foot of stone. That's the logic I would play to it. But there's an abjuration on the door which explicitly keeps things out, right?
So I have to get rid of the abjuration first and just kind of hope that nobody.
Or
knows
you
it's,
could
like,
make
so
this magic
close.
circle outside the door, so you always have a place to back up to.
Right.
Or, also extension, you could make it up against the door, and when you remove the abjuration, the circle will just into it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Let's do that.
Right?
Good idea.
And this is probably not something that it would do by default, but you're like, okay, I can apply it in this way, and it'll
Yeah.
spread. Very much like what we were talking to before. Smart magic usage. So I've got it set. It's not like I'm looking at a battle map or anything, where it will kind of extend past the door, not all the way. You have a little bit of space on both sides. If you want to then work on the abjuration, this is going to be a cast dispel magic and an arcana check, because a lot of people can cast dispel magic. So these proper door locks, when you hire an abjurist locksmith to do it, they basically have an extra step of warding where you need to be able to sort of decode it. And that's easily enough, right? This is essentially could have been your job to make and disward these things. So you quite
Doesn't pay
easily...
as well as you would think, though.
Do you want to destroy... Yeah, I mean, it's like how I, for a long time, ran away from doing 3D stuff, and now I kind of got back into it. You just needed a break. Do you want to destroy the abjuration, or just, like, unlock it for now?
Ooh, good question. No, destroy it. I can always put a new one on.
The symbol just, like, into, like, burnt scorch marks.
Should I knock now?
Yes.
All right. Gaten immediately knocks on the door.
Pulls out, yeah, as he's like goes to knocks like pull out glaive.
I cast Shillelagh.
You hear a thump on the other side of the door. It's a wet thump.
Okay, I'm gonna
Caden pulls out his weapons.
I'm just gonna also pull a little blade glide on as well.
And I'm going to... By the way, Theo, do you have your shield out this time? You might want to repair that.
Son, that is a great idea. What would
Alright.
I do without you?
You know. And then I'm going to open the door as he's putting his shield on.
I'm gonna
Okay.
move up behind him as he
Before we get real excited, I need to get the battle screen working. I got it working 30 minutes ago, and now it's not. So, just, you know,
I can
Now would
provide
be a
cat
great
entertainment.
time
Give me
for
a second.
give me the cat.
He's meowing outside the door. I hear him.
Cat?
Give me the cat.
My dogs are
Cat,
sleeping.
cat,
I don't want to jostle.
Yeah, Blade Guide is a Jarviskjir spell. It basically temporarily gives you a magic weapon. And also makes that weapon ignore cover, which rarely does melee cover come up, but it has in this game already.
Pole arms, man. Pole arms.
Yeah, it is really when you're using a weapon with reach where it's going to come up more, which means this is, which I didn't even think about, but it does.
Makes it a great pole arm spell.
It does. It wasn't give me attention meow. It was let's play meow. So the second I open the door, he's like, and away he goes.
C'est tragique.
Then I will
Say-
jostle. The baby puppy.
No.
Benny.
I'm so annoyed because usually what happens, to explain, to ruin the magic, I set up the cameras and you leave them. But now I set up the cameras and I leave them and they break. Nothing's changed. They're like, no.
Yeah, I also love like earlier when you're like, oh, just so you know, the battle map doesn't. Wait, it's working now. Just
Yeah, it fixed itself out of nowhere, and I was like, you know what? I'll worry about this later.
Here we
And
are.
then,
Later.
meanwhile, 1 hour later.
Yeah.
And yeah, the blade glide with the ignoring cover thing does make a lot of sense with glaive, and I didn't realize how
It
much
does.
sense it would make until that door came up. I'm like, that's right, this is perfect.
Yeah.
Ooh, do you
It
think
definitely comes
it's
up a
a...
lot with full arms. Because I had Blade Glide on boss too.
It's one of
And it, like,
these. It's a
it almost never
classic.
came out.
This is a classic. Oh, I want to capture my webcam in 2 places situation. It's one of those.
It's one of
Okay.
those.
This is it. This is the crew now. It's me and the bottom half of William. That's it. That's all we've got.
William is tall Will now. We have small passion, big Will.
I'll gonna give you the gang's all gonna be here, but at their own pace. Yeah, you know, we always joke about shit show episodes, and this is a different kind.
This is an unwilling shit show episode.
Oh,
This
no,
is
they're
Zoom
all-
being
they're
like,
all-
Nah, you get one.
I don't want any part of any of them.
Let's be honest.
I don't want to
Let's be honest here.
blame. I don't want to blame individuals whose names end with Oxy and Ian Cuddy. But it's them.
Yes, the classic trickster, Ian Cuddy.
Ian.
Bean Cuddy.
It's so versatile.
Classic trickster, Bean Cuddy.
I still often call coffee Bean Cuddy to myself when I'm making coffee. And there's no one else in the room. I'm like, I'm gonna make some Bean
Oh
Cuddy.
man, my camera's so big. You can see the.
Yeah,
the
you're
whole
extra
thing.
wide right now. Don't worry, I'm gonna put you on a diet. Ah, you're done.
Don't
You're thin
fucking
now.
Body shame me.
Zero
Uh-huh.
Cuddy and Dean Doxy.
I embrace my
0 coffee.
thick webcam.
Get down.
That was
with
a loud
the
crack.
thickness. That was
I
a
don't-
loud crack.
sorry.
That was
My
good
bad.
Foley art for what's about to happen in a few moments. Ha
That
ha!
was also
Oh,
good.
that's.
And I do it, but that it's
Yeah.
just it's the sound of noise where if you didn't know better, it sounds like something's breaking, right?
Yeah.
My neck needs it, which is
absentmindedly
the worst.
crack my knuckles so much, and sometimes when I'm recording a YouTube video, I forget
Yeah.
about it. I'm
Yeah.
just talking and doing it, and then I'll be like editing it. And I'm like, "What the fuck is that popping sound?" And then I'm like, "Oh,
Right.
Oh,
right, I
Right.
me.
I'm
ruined
an
myself."
it's my bones.
A new one that I've started doing is the armrest of this chair. There's a button on the side you can do to make it like just turn like that, and so I'll, without realizing it, just be fiddling with that. And I'm like, what the fuck is that sound? And then, oh, it's me just doing that aimlessly.
Please roll initiative at your earliest convenience. We're not being
I have to
hasty
find my
today.
character first.
It doesn't matter anyway. I will not abide by your tomfoolery.
Yay! I beat you for
Where
once.
is? I'm trying to find my token. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, it took me a minute to find mine.
Yeah, you gotta. It's
Down
it's a
Fuck is
game.
I?
You were like, roll
Down
initiative. I'm like,
and
cool.
to
Let me
the
find my character first.
Oh, I've been dealing with so much other shit. I haven't even got the monsters up yet. I mean, friendly
Wait.
Well, I mean,
friends.
I see
Oh,
something.
that
Friendly
green circle is the edge of the magic
friends.
circle. I thought that was a token for a second. I said, "The fuck? Excuse me."
Oh yeah, because you're
It's like a
blind.
literal gargantuan creature in the house. I was
Just
like,
like-
well,
Like,
time
turns out
to
the
die.
abjuration lock was just like keeping it in.
Time to die.
Yeah.
It's like, freedom! Godzilla comes out of the
I
house.
mean,
Look.
that's, you're not entirely wrong. So, for the ones of you, when you push open the door, you're like, okay, this is happening. Both the twins, bamp, ready. For those of you who can see in the dark, Hoomst can see in the dark. I wanted a Hoomst, I couldn't get it. There it was.
Dark
I
visual.
think everyone that's not.
I know. I know that. Those of you who can see in the dark, see inside one of the warrior forms from last time. In fact, pretty identical in shape to the creature you found in the last chamber of the lab last time that you all ganged up on. Similar to the smaller ones, it has strange aberrant features. You know, if you put them side by side, they wouldn't be identical, but it's kind of a loping frogman-esque shape with these small, almost tongue-like protrusions that kind of slop out of holes on the back. These creatures are the garish, otherworldly ones that are you encountered before. Not of this world, and all of you need to give me an intelligence save.
Oh, that's right.
Welcome back to Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader?
Creatures
No.
within
The answer is
circle
no.
will be charmed, frightened, or possessed.
Oh! Theo,
Oh, I'm in
you
a
and
circle.
Theo are not in the circle.
Oh, we're good though. Yay.
Hey, you protected the ones who are dumb.
Yeah.
Yeah!
You rolled a
That's-
2. Oh my god.
I did roll a 2, so I'm glad
I was
that is-
desperately hoping for
That
the
is
negative.
so good. That's really good. So, Theo,
Thank fuck for the circle.
you see the creature, and what you actually see is this creature, as it's kind of, it clearly heard the sound of you by the door and run up to it. You can actually see areas where it smushed its body up against the wall, and it kind of, like, formed to the shape of the wall for a short time. Some parts of its body being non-Newtonian. Kind of shoulder barged it. Now, you can quite clearly see that it is actually on the outside of that magic circle, and I'm pretty sure cannot get in without increasingly shenanigans, which it doesn't have. How do you want to deal with this issue?
Very upset about it. It's growling ferociously.
It was a good growl.
I'm going to basically do nothing about it, actually. But what that is essentially going to amount to is I'm going to cast light on my cane.
Oh!
so I can fucking see what's going on.
I can fucking see all this shit. Let there be luminosity.
Perfect. And just like knowing that this is the case, just kind of like strut in here without much
Give it a strut.
of a pomp and circumstance or a care, just cane under arm, looking around. And then I use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh again because there's no reason not to. And that's my turn.
Sexcelente. Ronan.
Okay, well, I'm gonna stab. just.
Give a little tippy tap. Oh, that's garbage. That's a
Yeah.
miss.
I'm not surprised.
You ain't fighting oozes. That's a hit.
Okay, good. At least I got one hit. Squish.
Yeah.
Ooh.
The tough hide of the creature. This one kind of has a bit of a carapace to the face. But just the blade of your glaive with its magical nature just kind of scrape down.
Oh.
And it will reel
That just,
back
like,
and the face
rearranged.
kind of...
Yeah, it's just like,
As
that
you
just
expect.
like rearranged it. That didn't.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
The
not
hole
right.
you made kind of is becoming another mouth. You know how it is.
Unfortunately.
Whomster's next? Is it me?
It's you.
I of course go into tunnel fighter. I should make sure I state.
Excellente. Okay.
Assume always tunnel fighter unless I state otherwise. I can ping it again if you want.
I don't need it.
Oh,
You
cool.
want to know what's... It's kind of against the spirit. It has a reach attack, but I don't... it doesn't seem reasonable for it to be able to reach inside of the magic circle. So, this creature, much like a beast, kind of like bashes up against the magical ward, and straight up, it is smushed up against where the magic circle would extend upwards, which makes the warding kind of out like energy shields. After doing that for a little bit, it kind of like snuffles and grunts and will ski dad away a little bit.
Ooh. Do I get
Yeah.
to hit it as it tries to run?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah! Which means it
Flap,
stops
no
running,
running.
yes?
I just sweep its feet. Yes.
That's really good. So it like starts doing what you saw some of the other ones do, where its head kind of inverts to start going backwards. And when it starts doing it, you're like, nope. You kind of like hook it back with the inside edge of the glaive to kind of stop it from running on the legs. Excellent.
It's trying
Caden!
to run.
Excuse me, father. And I'm going to just swing at this boy.
So, excuse me.
Basically, yeah.
Yes.
Excellent. That'll be
Ooh.
10. And then swinging
Brute
again.
is a silly class.
It is a little
14
bit, yeah.
hits.
Ooh, good. That'll be another
You
11.
immediately notice the enchantment enhancement goodifying of your axe just
Yeah.
through the flesh.
Yeah. Good. Is it still standing?
Well, as much as it was before.
Yeah, okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna swing with my offhand now. Oh, it's a whiff. It's a big ol' whiff. A whiffy whiff.
Large whiff. Amelia.
I'm just gonna walk up. Pardon me. You guys got that thing covered, right?
Yeah.
Caden, were you able to get your weapon?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Yes.
Okay.
All 3 of them. The 3 main ones, anyways. I've got a few more, but no, not those. As
Bangs
I'm
against
gonna
the
let you
wall.
guys-
Get one through.
And I'm just gonna move back. I'm like, oh, you guys got this.
It keeps trying to like extend its. It opens its mouth. There's arms in the mouth, and they're trying to grab through the barrier. And luckily, it's not working, but it is getting closer to hitting Caden each time.
I don't want to say anything necessarily, but don't they have the opportunity to attack, but it's just at disadvantage against anything within the cylinder?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
I didn't like the idea of being able to reach
Yeah, okay.
extra long inside.
fair.
You're now in range.
I'm within
but-
range. That's fine.
There's more boys until then.
Yes.
Starting with the oldest boy.
There is literally no reason for me to get any closer to this thing that I'm at right now. So I am just going to cast Toll the Dead on it, which means he needs to make a wisdom save.
Ooh.
And the DC he wants to make is 14, I believe.
Well, roll a 1. Doesn't matter what the DC is.
Excellent. So he's going to take the higher, or not the higher, but the, I think, rightmost column, because it's a D12.
It's a
Why did that
D12
happen?
because it's already taken damage. It's got to roll both.
Or it's 2D12 now, sorry, because of the level we're at. So he takes...
Ugh, why are you high level? Get out of here with your high level ass. Okay, yeah. Can you
But he
describe
cannot
this?
take-
You haven't done this yet.
Yeah. My version of Toll the Dead is basically less of a toll and more of saying something. It's like a word that causes this specific type of creature pain. That word is in deep speech. And it's just like a specific like phrase, basically. And it just
Yeet.
resonates with it and kind of shudders its gross body even
Exactly.
more. And he takes that 12 juicy damage.
It is juicy damage. Ronan.
Well, first things first, I'm going to give another poke.
Yeah, Caden crouching down as he swings.
Yep.
That's going to be a
Ooh.
miss.
Okay,
At
give
14
it
AC.
a second poke.
There we go.
That's going to be a hit.
Oh, that's
Beautiful.
less damage than my previous hit.
Beautiful damage.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Do you want to see something real quick? I have a glass full of mini eggs right now.
Good.
Fair.
That's it.
I am going to
Reasonable.
move
I'm jealous.
here.
Failed that.
Obviously that way around. So,
We can't eat cool. It's not possible.
cool. So yeah, I moved there, tunnel fighter.
Okay. Beastie.
Swing at my face. That's what it's
Well,
gonna do.
since she's asking for it,
Mhm.
what's your AC?
16.
So it attacks him.
Yes.
Does
it
attack
attacked.
Caden.
Good
That's a
news.
hit. It's only a small strike as it opens up its mouth. It's actually not gonna grab onto you, Caden. It does, like, reach with the multiple arms inside its mouth and, like, kind of, like, get maybe, like, a belt buckle and stuff
I
like
do
that.
the Japanese game show where I make the exact shape to avoid the, the attacks as they come in, and then go back. Yep.
It's gonna make a second attack.
Yep. I deserve it.
And it also misses. You're not
Okay.
describing how it misses.
No, that one's just like a swat away with the axe. That's a much more common fighting tactic.
It's like the rare animation in like the JRPG 1 in 1,000 chance. It's like, oh, I got it.
Yeah.
Caden. Unfortunately, it's your turn next.
Well, now I'm just gonna swing at it again.
I wish I had liquor. Oh wait, I do.
You do.
That's a hit.
It's just a measly 6 damage. Nothing to worry about there.
Measly.
Measly 6. And a natural 1. Bad news bears.
Yeah. There's something I could do, but it's pointless, so I won't.
Alright. I'm gonna swing with my offhand now.
Excellent.
That'll be another 4 damage.
Oh. That's not a kill. The beast
Yeah.
flayed, cut open. Some of its hollow bones just open to the air as it's kind of like trying to seal open the big holes that you're leaving into the thing. Never slowing. Amelia.
Oh no, I broke my sheet. Hold on.
We can't have more things breaking today,
It won't
Aaron.
open.
Uh-oh.
Hold on.
Oh, there you go. Okay,
Okay,
you clicked
good.
it there.
I'm gonna
Okay,
cast
good.
Frostbite, so Constitution saving throw.
Again,
DC 15.
it's gonna fail.
It's gonna fit? Okay. So that is
2d6.
2d6. And it gets disadvantage on special attack, but
It has a big disadvantage in that it's dead.
The biggest advantage.
Much like the thing, it's one of those things where you kind of like freeze the malleable flesh, so like Caden can just do like a one last swing and shatter the aberrant material into ice cubes along the floor.
Alright.
I just like those things.
okay, now remember, if anybody gets too hurt, you can always retreat back to this point. The spell will last a long time.
Fair enough.
Yeah, it does. How long? An hour.
Good question.
It's
Yeah.
a while, yeah.
Nice.
It did
takes
spend
10
100
minutes to
gold.
cast. I did spend 100 gold. I took it off my character sheet.
Yeah, no, I
And
believe
it takes
you.
10 minutes to cast is the big thing.
No, now,
So
1
it's
minute.
not like you can do it in the middle of a dungeon.
Just one.
1 minute? No,
Still can't do it in the middle of a dungeon unless you're
Yeah.
secure. But
Right.
Defend for 10 rounds becomes that
yeah,
video
which
game
honestly
trope.
you could do in Needs Must.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Feel free to wander.
Ooh. Alright. So there's a door up top there.
Yep,
This
two doors
is
this
a
way.
large, grand, opening hall devoid of light. There are windows that open up into the outside. They have been painted with a black tar so that you could not see inside or outside.
Are both these doors closed?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, so
If they're open, I usually just let you see through it, right?
yeah. Oh, I'm making sure that it wasn't just like a weird angle that I had before I kept moving, because he would be like, "Okay, sight lines are closed. Okay, so we've got a couple of options. Looks like we
So-
want to choose a door.
I mean, why not do this one first?
The
It's
big
bigger.
one? Oh, that only ever goes well.
Yes, well. Can I just check to see if this door is trapped at all?
Yes.
Alright. Investigation for that, presumably? Or
Yeah.
is it perception? Investigation.
I'm going to say Blade Glide's probably going to go away
Yeah.
during this part.
It
'cause
seems
we're
redo
fine.
it.
all the time.
It's a cantrip.
That's true, actually. You know, I will just redo it.
I like to think with stuff like that because it's out of combat, at least with Shillelagh. Like I'm just recasting it with my bonus action every round, so I'm just like channeling the magic.
Yeah.
And then when we get in combat, is when the rounds matter because then you actually have to do shit.
Yeah.
Is the door locked?
Yes.
Okay.
We'll
It seems
need
like
to
a
do
lot
that.
of these doors are locked, but there's actually a mechanism in the door. This place has much better quality dooring than the office does. Straight up. There's actually also a window on the door that's been black tarred as well.
Okay. I'm gonna try and open it up with thieves' tools.
Please attempt.
Nope. Not with that terrible roll.
It seems that some of the tar used in whatever weird hack job kind of went to black out the place has kind of gooped into the internal locking mechanisms.
Well, not doing it that way then, and I'm gonna take out the crowbar. and I'm gonna
Yep.
I'm gonna try and just break it down with the crowbar.
Please.
Is it just straight strength or is it
Athletics.
athletics? And with the crowbar as advantage, yes?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's why crowbars are awesome.
Yeah. So 23.
Yeah, there's a open into an outdoors courtyard. There is glass in a squared dome, if you know what I mean. Making kind of like an apiary type thing with kind of, you know, that glass with panes with metal filling. Noticeably, there is an area that in the far corner, for those with dark vision, because you can see through the stars and stuff, you can see actually the glass quite clearly, that has been filled in with tar and stone and stuff.
Interesting. Well, what do you think? Do we want to go out this way? Or do we want to check that other door first on this side just to make sure we're covering our bases inside?
Can we? You said you broke open the door. Is it closable? If not, then we should probably just make sure that nothing's going to follow us in this way.
Well, I mean, I'd try and close the door.
With a high athletics check, you can you opened it in a way that it can be closed again, right?
All right. I'm gonna close it, but just not lock it, I guess. And
Yeah.
yeah. All right. Close that back up. All right. And well, let's go to the other door then.
Which other door?
Which other door?
Is this not another door, or is this a window?
Oh, it is. It is. It's just didn't know. There's also two other doors other than that
can
other door.
Hear
are there?
a repetitive noise behind this door, and then
Good.
it stops
This
before
is
you
gonna
can
be a fun
really
one.
work out what it was.
This will be a fun one.
Same thing. Checking the door for traps first. Doing a terrible job of it, I'm sure.
As he's like about.
That's
to,
actually a
it's like,
14. That's not-
Should I just
not
get
terrible.
the crowbar?
Hold on. Hold on. Is it trapped?
Locked from the inside, not trapped.
Locked from the
Bolted.
inside, not trapped. I'm gonna try and unlock it casually, quietly.
Bolted, he said.
Oh, bolted, you said.
Bolted.
Which you can still
Interesting.
thieves' tools. It's just a different.
I'll
Okay,
try it
if-
out. Yeah.
If Thieves Tool doesn't work, I actually have an idea with how. So it's bolted.
This
to
will be the one
other
time
side.
he rolls well. Yeah,
It is.
it's more difficult, but by jimmying a tool in the right angle, you can mess with the bolt in the back and click, clunk, clunk, open it up. Do you want to open the door?
I'm just gonna make a perception check to see if there's anything scuttling around now that I've opened it behind the door. Basically, I want to see if that sound comes back.
The
Which
sound,
I'm sure I have no idea.
Well, yes, thick stone, hard to hear through, but you already heard that sound. You're pretty sure you'd hear it again if it
again.
started. It has gone back to being quiet.
I have an idea, brother. Just a second. That other one pressed itself up quite heavily against the door before we opened it. And I'm just gonna blade glide, just push the glaive through the door to the other
Yeah.
side.
Yeah,
Does anything happen?
you don't feel the resistance of flesh on the other side.
Right.
Grand idea.
Back?
though.
As he pulls
Okay, I think we're
the
good.
pulls that out, I'm gonna open the door and
Like a
axe is
freaking
out.
lightsaber. Please roll initiative.
Yeah.
Immediately when you open the door, a sort of mechanical
the
crossbow turret
Oh shit!
wheels around.
Yeah. All right.
Rhythmical, right? Okay, mechanical, got it.
Yeah. I did roll 25 that time.
Oh,
That's
good,
pretty
perfect, perfect. You move out of the way. Oh, what? It's that classic thing where the person in front doesn't get hit.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's like Apex. Never be the second on the zip line. Never.
I relate to
That's
that.
perfect, huh?
Unless you like not being alive.
Yeah.
Some
No,
would
I
consider
will
it a
do it.
disadvantage.
Caden, you actually get the first turn because you see this thing It seems to be set up on wheels, but the whole top half twists. It's kind of decorated with that kind of probably a layer of gold in a high elven style. Little mechanisms and things that are loading it with bolts.
All right. Well, as it's doing that, I'm just gonna charge in 5, 6, 7, 8.
So I started blasting.
Oh, there are more down here as well.
Oh, shit.
Anyways, I'm gonna just swing at it a couple times here and just see what happens.
Excellent.
17.
That's a hit.
Okay, that's gonna be 10 damage.
Yeah, and while this seems to be made out of very strong material, maybe even enchanted, you do just cut off a chunk of the thing with the enhanced weapon. Yeah,
16.
that's a hit.
It's less damage.
Baby
6
damage.
And then one more swing.
That's it.
For 8 damage.
Bab damage. But the thing takes it, you know, it's not flesh, you can just hack away at the machinery. It does seem to be designed in such a way that it is resistant from assault, mostly at the bottom side. So because you're larger, you can just kind of hack away at the top and cleave through the metal armaments with your enhanced weapon.
Good. That's my turn.
Okay. You see, like, there is a small thing that you think of kind of like an eye, kind of at the top of the thing that kind of twists to you and then back, and is actually going to fire at Ronan.
Yep. We knew this was coming.
Oh, yeah.
Ronan, what's your AC?
It's a 16.
Oh, yeah! Real good.
Here comes the damage.
A heavy bolt from this crossbow
Oh, no, it's heavy.
is going to swing at you. It's going to deal 16 piercing damage on the first strike.
Oh, fucking.
Projected ward, is that going to absorb that? How much?
Yeah, I take all 16.
So
Oh,
you,
shit, okay.
you're like, oh shit, crunch, the arrow
What
just
happened?
into not much at all. And the second bolt kind of hits that one in the air, and they both kind of like clatter to the floor by your feet.
Ronan says, I think it's an illusion.
It's fine.
It's not an illusion, brother. I can hit it quite clearly. Crunch. Crunch.
Amelia.
Well, Bolt, it didn't hurt.
What would you like to do?
I am moving. There. And we'll attack this thing.
Frostbite?
Yeah. So, Constitution save.
Fails!
Cool.
Yeah, not the best con, actually.
It gets disadvantage on its next attack roll. Nice.
That's really good. I mean, I actually think... Did Amelia do some ice freezing on metal during Grave Situation? I feel like this has been tricks that you have done before.
Yeah.
You know how to weave the minor frosts you can control to deal a lot of damage and gum up the machinery, which is amazing.
Oh, I have. Okay.
Theo!
Okay.
It's the little things. Unless it's my penis.
Then it's the little thing.
Ah, that was
I'm
good.
sorry.
No, that was very good.
That was
I respect when my brain is like, I'm gonna make the first pancake equivalent of a joke.
Yeah.
It has something there, but it's, you know.
IKEA jokes.
Yeah, yeah.
Major.
So I'm just gonna turn this corner and come running in here, and cast a magic as I do so.
Cast a magic.
I'm gonna create a spiritual weapon
Welcome to
Oh yeah.
Dungeons
and attack with it.
Dragons.
Oh wait, that should have advantage because we said spiritual weapons get advantage, right? Yeah.
Yeah, if
Obviously,
you put it
I'm
in such a
putting
way
Yeah.
that I
I'm
just need to
obviously putting
find
it-
where your last spiritual weapon was and steal it. But I don't think I can find it. Isn't that nice? Isn't that nice? No, it's not nice. That's the way it is. Okay. 21 is a hit. Sorry for the delay.
That's okay.
That's good, because
It
I'm not
takes
really
10
sorry.
Force damage.
That's really good. The machine is still twisting and moving away, but now it's starting to splutter and not smoke. It's all like wood and metal, but it's just starting to like grind, and you can see the reloading mechanisms just slowing down to such a degree.
Mm-hmm. And then with my action, I'm gonna cast Hold the Dead on it.
Oh yeah, that's a bonus action.
Spiritual weapon is a bonus action. Yeah,
You're not
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
it's a very good spell. Yeah, so he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
It's gonna make it.
14.
You yell out this word of power. You not even yell, just utter it, and it doesn't seem to affect the thing at all.
I had a suspicion that might happen, but it's my only offensive cantrip, so that's my turn.
What follows is a skittering, a moving and
shite.
shifting of many small, scrabbly feet. When these things start coming through the door, the crossbow turns in their direction.
Oh. I see one.
So these are the small hunter-gatherer ones you saw before, similar in shape and stature to a giant rat. Almost all of them have some kind of grasping limbs on their back. Then they're moving with a lot more cohesion than before. Ronan.
1, 2, 3. Oh my.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Okay.
They're like
In that
weaving around the
case-
corner.
I'm definitely going to be moving to here, I think, just to try and cut them off. You got that thing, brother? Good. Doesn't
Yes.
even wait for a response.
Yes.
I am going to attack this one first.
Okay. Don't stab Amelia. She's your boss. I know a lot of you might want to stab your boss, but don't. That's illegal.
Just duck.
That's a hit.
Coolio.
I don't
Oh.
want to stab my boss. They're okay.
Again.
My boss is William. That's a hit. That's way better.
That's much
That's better.
better.
That's not a kill, but it's way
The
better.
first one is too much worried about
Trying to get
stabbing
around
me,
Amelia, and then you're like,
And then once I've done that first hit, I've got a good angle, and I just stab.
Excellent. And the cool thing about a glaive, especially attacking at reach, is like it's very small motions of the wrist and arm that give long, sweeping motions of the actual blade, which is neat.
Yeah.
Caden,
All right. I'm gonna start by attacking the crossbow thing.
Okay.
Now I don't get advantage from the spiritual weapon.
No. Don't need
I
it.
don't need it.
Look at that, he's so cocky.
Low damage. 6.
Low damage, but enchanted, and every little helps.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna swing at it again. That might be better.
Beautiful.
So that'll be.
It's
a
almost like
wow.
you're a rogue. Well, that is going to disable it. How do you want to do that if you have anything in mind?
Basically, like the eye that was on the top, as it's kind of swiveling around, turning to these monsters. Caden just puts the axe in once, and then again directly through the eye, and just kind of almost bisecting it with the axe.
Excellent.
And then turning and immediately swinging at the thing that's on its heels with his offhand. Which is an 18.
That is an
24.
18.
So 24, actually, but that's all right. For a whopping
So
3 damage! Woo!
You corrected the DM instantly. 3 damage.
Yeah. Hey.
The die snore.
I said 18 first, and I'm like, wait, no, that's just the flat die roll.
Okay,
I'm the
that's
idiot.
fair.
I'm
If it
the
makes you feel
asshole.
better, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah. All right.
Fair.
Also fair.
I've got to conserve my RAM.
Mm.
For my wife! Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
This is defeated.
Yeah.
You two of you laughed, so it was officially an average joke.
There you go.
Amelia.
By
Do
definition.
I really count though to that? Because I always laugh.
You better do. You're the gerrymandering.
Always pandering is bad.
For no reason in particular. What time of day is it?
It would be night, just straight up.
Oh, good. Okay, awesome.
Yeah. Straight up.
Importance. I'm going to cast a sanctuary on
Yeah.
myself, and for some reason it's not pinging.
Sanctuary might be a weird one for you.
There we go.
No, there it is.
Yeah. So I'm gonna cast
Excellente.
Sanctuary, and then I'm going to cast Blade Ward. That's a bonus action.
Protect mode. Engaged.
Yeah, those things are surrounded and really it's like fucking locked
Yeah,
down.
like logical. Yeah.
That's
Theo.
Well, it's about that time of day, I guess. I am going to cast Spirit Guardians
Yeah,
because obviously I am.
What was that, 15 feet?
I think it's 20. No, maybe it's 15. I'm gonna check.
I made a good choice attacking the one next
It
to
is, it is
Theo. I'm
15.
just
Yeah,
like-
it's 15.
The one in front of me is
Yes.
in it. That's hilarious.
Then I'm going to use my bonus
Wow.
action to move my sword.
Would you like to press Spirit Guardians? Are there any instant effects, or is it just when they start their turn?
There's no instant effects when they start their turn. They make a save
Or they move into it, yeah.
and they take
That
half
was
damage
it. It
if
was
they
to move
succeed.
into it.
Yeah, if they move into it or start their turn there. Yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna move my weapon here and then make a spiritual weapon attack against the one right there.
Has advantage. Yeah, yeah,
What did-
that's a hit.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Very good.
Very appropriate and logical way to express my that you have hit and killed this creature.
Oh, that is peak news, because then I'm going to move, and I end my turn.
Do you get a lot of news up there in the mountains?
What?
Peak news.
Will gets it.
News.
Okay.
I got it.
Okay, what's the save to beat? And what type of save is it? Is it wisdom?
It is a wisdom save. They want to hit a 14.
Ollie is unamused.
Hey.
You want me to just do one roll for all of them?
No,
Or we're going to do separate damage rolls?
separate damage rolls, one saves, the rest fail. So it's still
Okay.
like half damage on a failure.
Sure. I'll let you list these where they're going to be. We'll say the first one is the one that's saved.
Yeah, I've got an order.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, that's.
I'm not an amateur, Josiah. I'm amateur
Oh.
plus. At least.
So that's 1. That's 2.
Oh my god.
Funny enough, that's
That's
the one that's half
3.
damage, which is pretty good for you.
Yeah, that's 4.
Yeah, 4 is all I needed.
Okay.
Damn, that is good damage.
That is good damage. So, instantly, the spirits of the damned, dead, and consecrated start to strike away with their broken blades at the abominations before them. They're going to keep on trying to fight through it. Caden, you're not going to get bit. Well, he got 2 attacks. Let me know. Well, he rolled 2 both times, so I was correct. I didn't want to false advertise you.
No, I appreciate it.
This thing next to Amelia is going to try and bite Amelia. It has to roll with disadvantage.
It has to make a will save first.
You
That
also
was
got a
it.
stab.
Will save, not disadvantage. It actually
Yeah.
succeeds the will save.
Okay.
And,
give it a jab.
what's your AC?
My AC right now is a 12.
That is going to hit.
I am going to cast shield.
Okay, so that ups it to a
17.
Okay, that is just enough to stop it from hitting you. That's why
Okay.
I usually okay. This I had to do the math on that one. We're like, okay, it's real close. But that whole situation with it kind of hopping and springing towards you, being deflected by the shield, allows Ronan to take a strike at it, and even though it spills what might be guts out, it's still moving and shifting, and more are encroaching. Ronan.
That one I'm going to take a step as it tries to move. Take a hit.
It's a hit. It's a hit, which means it doesn't
Okay,
move.
it stays
that's,
where it
that's
is.
the chair. I'm moving the chair.
The mimic. Oh man, you grew.
It got bigger.
Oh, such
Well,
a
you
big
spread
boy.
it out as you cut it in 2, and it split into one larger monster rather than 2.
I slid its feet and it blobbed on the
Yeah.
spot.
I wish I could blob on the spot.
Me too, honestly.
You guys can't do that.
That one didn't enter my range, unfortunately.
And this one's going to attack Theo and hit. Unless...
He has his shield out this time. What's his AC?
No.
My AC is 17.
Yeah, that's
But-
not enough to save him.
That's that.
Okay. It hits a swipe attack. That is nice. It's going to do 5 bludgeoning, which allows it to attempt a bite attack, which, with your shield, you actually manage to deflect, and it attempts a second swipe attack, which is going to crit, dealing
Cool.
8 bludgeoning damage.
Oh,
So you get a little flanked, you get a little attacked in the
Alright.
corner there, but it's
So
it's
I need to
okay.
make 2 Constitution saves now.
It's nothing you
Keep
can't
Spirit
handle.
Guardians up. Looking for some juicy 10s
Why do you have advantage?
because I have Warcaster. But the second one fails anyway.
oh no.
Okay. Warcaster.
Cheeky.
Okay.
Casters.
Yeah. Let's play a mage without the disadvantage of being a mage. Says
That's
the old
literally
Southern
this
priest.
character's entire build philosophy.
The second one is actually going to go up and flank you, Father Theodore Argentis.
Oh, I get to hit it as soon as it gets within range.
Yes! That's very much true.
It's like I roll a 1, I don't get to hit it.
Very much untrue. You're going to get hit, Theo, for 8 bludgeoning. Then... I don't know if you want to do concentration now, just so it's easier.
Oh,
It's already dropped, isn't it? I rolled a 9.
Oh!
Because it's
Yes.
10 or the...
No,
or half the
no,
amount,
it's right, and I knew that, but for some reason I was like, oh, clearly you still have to drop the concentration.
No.
The brain. No one's in. It's then going to make a bite attack against you, Theo, which it also hits with. Where's my D8 for that? Which is going to be 7 damage, and then 1 more slam attack, which it also hits with. It didn't hit anyone else, and has only been attacking Theo.
Poor Theo.
Going to be 4 damage on Theo. Now it's the end of their turn. No more biting Theo. Ronan.
Doing their father.
Swarmed by these little things.
Yeah, there's just creatures everywhere, like holding the shield. I'm doing fine, son.
All right.
Okay.
I believe you.
Jesus Christ.
Who's that?
I'm gonna try and hit this one. So I'm gonna take
Funny thing
take
is,
a poke.
your religion even has a Jesus figure.
I'm gonna assume that's a hit.
Wait, are you attacking the big boy?
No, I'm attacking this one.
Oh, under the legs. Okay, that's a hit.
Yep. I want to stop the
I
advantage.
give
the
them
advantage
nicknames
is
in my
bad.
brain.
Yeah.
Under the legs. Yep. I get it. And then I'm gonna hit that one
I
again.
just like
or
thinking
hope to.
about legs.
God damn.
13 is a hit.
Oh, on these ones. Good.
Oh,
All right.
yay.
That's good news.
Good. I'm also gonna use Axe and Surge.
Oh!
I'm gonna attack that one again.
Okay. Excellent. That's a hit.
Hey, just.
Yeah.
Okay. And is it down yet?
No.
One
Stab
more
it again.
time.
That mathematically is a kill, regardless of the
Yeah,
roll.
final. Just
Constant.
okay.
There's just
Once again, that
cubes.
Yeah. Once again, his action surge is like each of his 2 attacks has like a second shadow attack that sort of hits at
Yeah.
the same time.
It's a potion of gun friendship.
Yeah.
Good.
That's a gungeon.
That's a thing? Okay.
That's a dungeon.
Yeah.
I've not been playing Enter the Gungeon. I found a YouTube channel that discusses the lore of Enter the Gungeon.
Good.
It's surprisingly
I'm
in
gonna
depth. Caden,
I'm gonna attack this
Relate.
boy in front of my face right now.
I relate to that so hard.
Oh,
that's
that's
amazing.
a
I'll
rough,
give you a freaking link. It's good shit.
rough swing.
That
That's
is better.
7 damage.
Not a kill.
Then I will swing with my offhand. Whoa,
That's a miss.
that's okay. I'm just gonna stay put.
Yeah, you're only dealing with 1.
Yeah. Everything's fine right now.
Meanwhile-
I don't know why anyone's worried.
Amelia, you a lot are dealing with the yipping, yapping, snapping swarm of them. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna step over this one, trying not to get too much on me. And cast
Ew.
Protection from Good and Evil on the father.
On the father.
And then I'm gonna go back here.
Bless your soul.
He needed it. He really did.
Thanks. Just cough up blood.
It also heals my ward, so
Oh, yeah.
Even better.
mostly what I want.
You're profiting. The rich get richer.
The synergy in this group is unprecedented for us.
And it makes sense.
specifically.
Amelia would only hire efficient individuals.
Yeah.
Theo.
Well, the first thing that's gonna happen is
Ah. The
that's gonna go
blade.
there and attack
Ah,
the one.
omnidirectional
Oh, yes.
blade. Yep.
The creatures are just like, the fuck?
Come on.
Flies through the room.
Boom.
That is a hit.
I'd just like to point out I have rolled the same number on
Yeah.
advantage like a dozen
Yep.
times. So
Yeah.
this campaign, like it's
None of
believe
them
it.
won.
even including the 2 nat ones. Yeah.
That is a kill on that one.
All right. I'm specifically going to
Good.
swipe this in such a way to divert most of the gore away from Amelia, possibly
Ah.
towards Ronan.
Yeah, fair.
Like a freaking bus stop. How's a bus
Yeah.
stop?
Like, I know he'll care less about this, so...
Very much so.
They're just filled with goo.
Yeah, and then I would like to cast a spell. What spell? It's a good one. Do I want to heal myself? No, yeah, it's fine. I'm actually gonna hit the thing in front of me with my shillelagh stick. I'm gonna try to.
Hit them with your rhythm stick. Hit me.
14.
Hit me. You've hit me.
All right, and that's of course gonna have booming blade attached.
Oh yes. Not a kill.
Well,
So that's 7, of course. For those unaware, doesn't take effect right now. If he moves, if he blows up a little bit.
Just a little bit. Just 7.
Then
Just 70% of a human being damage.
I'm gonna move here.
I see what you're doing. I'm still doing it.
Yeah.
It misses.
Great, and that's my turn.
This creature stays put. It actually
That's okay.
just plants. The others. This one's going to try and get close to you, Ronan.
I'm gonna stab.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to retract that.
Oh.
It's going to skedaddle.
Oh well,
if
it's
you-
gonna try, but
It's still
I
going
hit
to
it.
try. That's going to be a hit. It doesn't work.
No.
You're right. It doesn't actually matter in reality, and you kill it. Excellent.
No.
That's very funny, actually. This one down here is going to...
why did
Caden!
Only one of those damage happened. The 8 is the one that happened. I don't know why it procced twice. If that didn't
Ah! Whatever.
kill. Okay.
This slam attack is going to hit Caden. It's going to hit for 7.
okay.
It's then going to attempt to do its bite attack, which it succeeds with, grabbing onto your legs and gnawing away at your half-elven flesh for 4. Then it's going to try and slam back into you, and this is when you can kind of like kick it and push it and slice the way away.
All right.
Half elves are just like half and half creamer for zombies and things that eat creatures.
It's actually slightly canon that half-elves are one of the most delicious humanoids in Jarviskjir, actually.
Yeah.
Only
I don't
next
know what
to
you do with that information. No, Goblin is an acquired taste, and it's mostly traditional.
Mm-hmm.
Goblin's like lamb. It's gross, but some people know what to do with it.
I'm sorry. Did you say we're talking about me?
A team
No.
member on a member
know
of
how to
this group
cook.
knows someone who.
It's your turn,
Eden knows how to
Ronan.
cook.
It's your turn, Ronan.
Cool. Well, I'm gonna.
Not well, but he knows how to cook.
Just being
I can
able
hit
to
it here,
cook
right?
is well enough.
Yeah.
Yes, you can hit it from there.
Cool. Give it a stab.
Cool.
Kill. That's a hit. That is a kill, bringing it down before it can. While it was staying ominously still.
4 down up here. How many down there, Ronan?
Just the
I mean, Ronan, Caden.
you're Ronan, and there's only one left. Did that one hit you on the head too hard?
I didn't get hit except by an illusion.
No. All right.
He doesn't understand how your magic works.
Is it my turn now? Am I gonna hit?
Fine. They're
Yes,
just
it is your turn, Caden. Please make 1 or 3 attacks towards this enemy in front of you. That's a hit.
14. That
And
will-
it's a kill. Funny enough, at 2
10.
HP, so no matter what, you were going to deal 2 damage.
Yes.
Because you rolled 2
Yes.
dice, ignoring
Yes.
modifiers. And that-
Basically, as you ask me if I'm okay, I just slash it down. I'm like, yeah. Oh, fine.
Excellent. I'm going to end it here for now. Not just on that encounter, but also for the session, because the technical difficulties have weighed heavily upon my mortal body. and I have aged far more than any mortal is to age.
I'm okay with this because I have to use the washroom.
Okay, so
Yes.
why don't we real quickly, or you could take your time if you wished. Talk
I'll
about.
just leave.
I know.
It's fine.
Talk
Go.
about what we've got going on real quick. Starting with, this is a weird order. Tesh.
Hi, I'm Tesh of the Tesh Tube. You can find me under that name on YouTube, Twitch, and Twitter. Follow my Twitter for cute animal gifts and to keep up to date about all the things I'm doing. You should follow my Twitch for probably a lot of Monster Hunter, because I just found out an update is coming very soon.
Really?
Where the console, a console and PC are getting synced. They have done very little to sort of promote it, but the event on the 9th is scheduled for both at the same time. So that's a first, and I'm looking forward to it.
Next is Dungeon Dad.
Well, I feel like anything that I'm going to say is going to be echoed in a second here, but you may have heard of it. There's a game coming out called Schism, which is currently on Kickstarter, which we're all very excited about. Check it out. By someone I mean Will should put the command in chat. So
It's
Will
already
shows up.
there.
It's
Already
already there.
Don't
Well,
sweat it.
I guess fuck me
Slog.
then. But yeah, you should check it out. It's pretty cool. We worked really hard on it, and that's the same thing you're about to hear 2 more times.
I've actually got some stuff to say, but don't worry.
Well,
Oh my
why don't we
God.
first, unless you got anything else going on that you want to talk about?
Not
Where's
really. I
Where's
have
the
a YouTube
coconut
channel.
video?
Oh man, have I got a tale of fucking logistical bullshit for you? It's happening. I actually finished it, and as it was exporting, my computer crashed, and
Oh,
the
no.
file got corrupted, and I
my
lost
life.
everything. And I just that was about 3 days ago, and I just said, "Fuck me!" Like I was so excited about it, and I'm gonna make it again, and I will. It was just like I want to cry right now, and I can't even think about this. I'm like, this is just gonna go back into Jeffrey, which is the name of one of my hard drives, and remain within him until next Monday. So.
Hmm.
Also, I have another thing to
feeling.
tell you. This is like not important at all, but this is a crazy story. Last night,
It's just a
found
story.
out
You can't use this
that-
segment to tell just stories that happened to you.
we have an hour.
Who's gonna
This is
go?
a very,
Who's gonna go?
this is a very concise story. Doxy and I both have a hard drive named Ferdinand on our computer, like an external. And
Well, I guess you two were
that's
meant
weird.
to be.
That's weird as shit. Anyways, it's just a very specific name to name a hard drive. I don't know. That's my pitch. Go check out youtube.com/dungeon dad.
Okay, Erin, what would you like to say?
Hi, I'm Erin. I don't name my hard drives. And
We
follow these guys on everything.
feel like I know what type of
This is
characters we'd play in
exciting.
Eberron.
And see you guys next week.
I don't name my hard drives. I do name my computers after mythical creatures. So logically, I should start doing that for hard drives, but
Or name them after real
I've-
creatures, like
the
dog
only
and
thing
cat.
I want to drive hard is Will and Graham.
Yeah, hi. So, first little thing, I stream Will and Graham. I'm on Saturdays. I'm doing Divinity, Original Sin 2 with some friends. Mostly just hanging out and doing some roleplay through the game, which is fun. It's a good time. We had quite a big crowd last week, or yesterday, I guess. The days are all blurring together. But yesterday, I guess. It was a lot of fun. And I also dropped a couple of little tidbits about the Kickstarter, which is really the big thing that I want to talk about. But little spoiler for you guys, we're going to be posting the actual rules of the game soon on the Kickstarter page, so you can check out actually how you play the game, which is really cool. We've finalized some of the last little bits there. We still have 1 or 2 things that are pending. So there is possible change.
It's essentially
coming down, but this is-
the beta rules.
yeah,
Open
these are the-
for adjustments.
Yeah,
until the true
exactly. And
release.
so You can check them out, see what the game's all about. Those are going to be uploaded pretty soon. Once we get those up, you can check them out. There will be an update on the Kickstarter, so make sure you follow it so that you get updates. That is one of the biggest and best things you can do to keep an eye on the project. If you can't afford it right now, that's totally understandable. But hey, we're looking forward to getting your support when you can, if you can. And so you should stay tuned for as many updates as you can get, just because we're going to be posting updates fairly regularly. And you can also see on my Twitter, which is at @WillEnagram as well, I pretty much echo everything that's on the Arcanist Inc. Twitter, which is actually where you should be following, because that's where we're going to be posting the majority of that stuff. Someone else who is also going to be retweeting a lot of the stuff from Arcanist Inc., Ollie.
I'm only going to be retweeting the good stuff, which is all of it! Yeah, you should really check out my Twitter. What I'm actually going to be doing over the next couple of weeks is showing the models that we've made for the first set. If we get back, cool. That's going to be the game that's released. They're very cool models. I painted some up in a very quick and easy paint scheme. This is not, the models I'm showing are not the highest quality, going to take hours to do. Mostly, one layer of paint application slap jobs, which anyone can do. Super cool. I'm going to be showing a bit of that. I also, of course, talk about it on Schism on my streams, basically what I'm going with within NDA situations and stuff. I am streaming less, though, because I am the creative director at Arcanist Entertainment, Inc., and that is a lot of work trying to create a board game for all of you. So Tuesdays and Thursdays at the moment on my bonus streams. There's also a Wednesday, Jarviskjir Horn of Plenty. Please watch that. It has good people in it. And Ian. I can't.
Excuse me.
I
Ian
can't in all. I know. I said that. I said that, and I felt like my soul wilt.
That is just.
It's not okay to do that to sweet Ian.
No, not to sweet Ian.
Not to
sweet
sweet
baby Ian.
Also, if you like me and Jarviskjir support me on Patreon, my Patreon isn't going to have much Schism stuff. I might do a talk about my thought process on design, but it'll probably end up being through Arcanist avenues anyway. But it will have more lore, a lot more doodles and sketches of things that I want to include in future games and stuff like that. So please check that out. Also, any patrons get to access the Monday campaign right now for some quarantine content. And check out more quarantine content that will be coming later in the week. And that's it. I'm going to go freaking launch my computer off a cliff because it's terrible. And follow over Twitter and Discord to actually get up-to-date news on whether I'm going to be streaming, because this issue, it makes it very, very hard to stream, so we're going to have to see if we can get a permanent fix for that. Ready? Bye!
Bye!
Wash your hands.
Yeah!
Stay home.
Support Schism!